Belly putter, Jack.
The belly putter. Well, that may be the most awkward, ugly-looking tool that I've ever seen. I'm lucky to keep it on the green when I've tried it. So I don't really have a big opinion. To me, I think it's going to a disadvantage if you use it. So whether they take it away or not is not of interest to me. My interest in it is that the governing bodies will determine whether they believe that it is a golf stroke and whether it's in the best interest of the game of golf to be using it. Will it affect a few people? It'll affect Vern Harliner, it'll affect Adam Scott, it'll affect Keegan Bradley, it'll affect Ernie Els, it'll affect DJ Singh used to use it. There's some other fellows that do use it. But I don't think that's the important part of the game. And we're now finding that a lot of instructors that are teaching young kids are teaching them to use that type of a putter and that type of thing, and whether it is a golf stroke or not. You can actually take that putter, hold it against your chest, pick it up, and drop it and hit a putt. Now, is that a golf stroke? Probably not. And it's basically allowing a tool to do the work for you. And I always thought that nerves were part of the game anyway. And if you're nervous, then you've just got to learn to overcome the nerves. I mean, I was nervous. I was always nervous. I remember standing on the first tee at Augusta and just said, didn't know that I was going to keep my breakfast down. But that's okay. I learned how to do that. And I also learned when I got on that first green and I'm sitting there and I had this putt that was going over the crest of the hill, and I said, don't knock this thing right off the green. You learn how to do that. And I don't want some tool doing that for me. So, I sympathize with the guys that have it. I think that if the USGA and the RNA ban the long putter, they will do so because I think it's in the best interest of the future of the game of golf, not for any other reason. And so I'm neutral on the subject because I just haven't used it to make an opinion. Other than I think that it's no different than the ruling that happened with Tiger last week at Augusta. There was a ruling in there, and people kept saying, well, Tiger should withdraw, or Tiger should do this, or Tiger should do that, or they should have disqualified and so forth. That we had the best minds in the game of golf from the USGA, the RNA, the American PGA, American Tour, the best officials in the world determining what Tiger's fate was last week. And they felt that he did not on purpose violate anything, any rules. He wasn't trying to take advantage, even though he said in his press conference that he had gone back to get a better yardage. I don't believe that Tiger felt like he was doing something, like he was thinking that was his ability to be able to do that. It was incorrect, and he could have been disqualified for that. However, they felt in the best interest of the game of golf that he should continue to play. Now, people said, well, Tiger should have withdrawn. Well, if Tiger would have withdrawn, Tiger would have been putting himself above the rules of the game. And I don't think that's what Tiger is. The rules of the game are made to, you abide by the rules the rules committee makes, and people who do that for a living. And for him to say, I'm going to withdraw and say that I shouldn't be playing, I think that Tiger should not put himself above the rules, nor should all the other players or people who criticize the decision come back and go against the best rules committee in the world, where they all go together to do this. I mean, it was a decision. They made a decision. They thought it was in the best interest of the tournament, the best interest of the game, and the best interest of the situation. You should accept it and move on. That's my feeling. Well, I don't know whether, unless unless you're a professional student, probably medical or something else, that you really learn. You actually use what you learn in college. You learn it as a background, as a basis, or how to think and how to solve problems and so forth. But life will be different than what you learn in school. And you have to be able to utilize what you have to learn all the different things and find out what's right for you in your life. It may be the game of golf, it may be something else. And but school teaches you how to deal with the problems that you're going to deal with in life. And it gives you a basic education to get there. I mean, again, if you decide then after that, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an orthopedic surgeon or a neurosurgeon or whatever you're, then obviously your specifics and that obviously what you learn there is going to take you. But I don't think that most colleges will teach you, too many specifics in 4 years. I think they'll teach you basically, how to deal with all the problems that you're going to deal with, and how to handle this, and how to learn, how to be a better person, how to deal with people. I mean, all the many things that you learn through just maturing. I mean, I went to Ohio State University. It's a huge institution. It's a wonderful school. And I went to Ohio State because I wanted to go to football games and basketball games. And I was recruited by a lot of schools for golf, a lot of golf scholarships. Ohio State didn't offer me a golf scholarship. I didn't have a scholarship in college, but that's where I wanted to go to school. And so I just told the guys, I said, guys, I'm going to Ohio State. Don't worry about offering me a scholarship. I don't care about it. He'll like this. I was runner-up in the U.S. JC Juniors when I was 16 and got a $1,000 college scholarship award. And I won the JC Juniors when I was 17. I got another $1,000. That $2,000 took me to the second quarter of my senior year. Room, board, tuition, all of it. Second quarter of my senior year. And college is a little different game today. I mean, that wouldn't have got you enrolled today. But I wouldn't have traded my days at Ohio State for anything. I loved it. I loved the experience. I loved being in a fraternity. My friend Jack Lux sits with me today. We met our first year in college, and we've been good friends for 50 years. And, over 50 years. And, those are the relationships you make, the people you meet, the contacts you make, the things that allow you to mature and grow in life. To me, that's what college is. And to miss that experience is a shame if you have the opportunity to do so.
Well, Joe, thank you so much. It's awfully nice to be recognized for this, and I appreciate it very much. First tee means an awful lot to me. It means an awful lot to Barbara, and it means an awful lot to all the kids, and to the couple of kids that I read little stories about. You see that happen to one, and Sam tonight. Sam, what a great talk you gave us, and you gave us a great talk last year over at Augusta National, and we just wish you all the luck in the world at the University of Virginia. But to see these young kids come out, it's unbelievable where they would be in life without First Tee. And so when we made our choice to where we want our endowment fund to go, and then the Royal Bank of Scotland came along with us, and the PG America matched our funds too. It was kind of nice for me to be responsible for dragging a few other people along that are far more means than I had. But anyway, we thank you, Joe. I appreciate it, and it's awfully nice, and we will continue our support, and you know that.